to the Mongol depredations, there's also a reduction in the number of cities and towns, and a decline in the quality of urban life. There's a reduction in the number of cities and towns, and a decline in the quality of urban life, both material and cultural, and of course there's going to be contraction in land area under cultivation, which means, of course, that agricultural output will be down severely. Now, the area that the Ilkhan rules is known as the Ilkhanate. An Ilkhan is the title of the ruler. The Ilkhanate is basically the title of the dynasty's lands which they administer, which they rule. Now, the Ilkhanate will incorporate Iran, and it will extend southwest of the Oxus River, okay, to the south and west of the Oxus River, right over here. So you're seeing it's a widespread territory. And it will also go all the way to the borders of Syria. Now, the rule of the Mongols in general is going to be referred to as a Pax Mongolica, which means the Mongol peace. The Pax Mongolica will work well due to, number one, Turkish tribes acting as intermediaries between the Mongols and the non-nomadic indigenous Muslim population. The Turkish tribes will act as intermediaries between the Mongols and the non-nomadic indigenous Muslim population. The second reason why the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol peace, will work well, will be due to collaborating groups, some of which were merchants who had a stake in the new order. The collaborating groups, some of which were merchants who had a stake in the new order through their involvement in the Silk Road trade, as well as sectarian opponents, such as the Shia, still part of two, as well as sectarian opponents such as the Shia, who would welcome the end of Sunni domination. In other words, the Abbasids were Sunnis, so they were glad to get rid of the Sunni heretics, even if it meant Mongol domination. Jews and other Christians, namely the Nestorian Christians, Armenian Christians, Georgian Christians, so it's going to be Jews, Nestorian, Armenian, Georgian Christians, all Nestorians, Armenians, and Georgians are Christians, and the Christian crusading states of Syria will also look to profit from friendship with or subservience to the Mongols.
Look to profit.
And would all look to profit from friendship with or subservience to the Mongols. When it's apparent that the Mongols will be long-lasting, when it's apparent the Mongols will be here to stay, that they're not ephemeral, they're not a flesh and blood. Okay? Which means that people are now going to collaborate. Why is this collaboration important? Why do I mention it? Well, collaboration is important because of the numerical inferiority of the Mongols. It's important that they have indigenous cooperation. Now, the Mongols' personal inclinations lead them to delegate authority to local rulers. The personal inclinations of the Mongols lead them to delegate authority to local rulers over whom they exercise. So they're going to delegate authority to local rulers over whom they exercise a long suzerainty based on recognition of their own supremacy and the regular transmission of tribute. Now, sure, not a problem. I'll go over the whole thing. Collaboration was important because of the numerical inferiority of Mongols and their personal inclinations. The Mongols' personal inclinations lead them to delegate authority to local rulers over whom they exercise a loose suzerainty based on recognition of their own supremacy and the regular transmission of tribute. Meaning, the local rulers pretty much do what they want to do. The Mongols won't affect their customs except that the people they basically rule over are going to have to acknowledge the Mongols are their legitimate their legitimate rulers, and that they must pay taxes and tribute to them. Okay? That's easy enough. Now,